Hi there, how you doing? Sarah Robertson again, Health Promotion Manager here at Oriam. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my living room studio. Hope you like. So today I just wanted to spend a few minutes and go through some stretches for you. I think we can be guilty at the best of times of kind of finishing our workout and then just leaving the gym, leaving the studio and heading back home. I think we can be even more guilty of that when we are home. There'll be distractions. It'll be, right, I've done that, I'll go back to work, or I've done that and I'll deal with the kids, or whatever it might be. So I just wanted to go through a short little stretch routine. If the importance of stretching really is to avoid any kind of injury and to try and lengthen the muscle after, generally speaking, they've been shortened through your training session. So yeah, just some nice, simple, nice, easy stretches that'll help to stretch off the lower and the upper body as well, okay? So I would recommend, if you've got wooden floors, that you grab yourself a mat or a towel to lie on. I'm quite happy on the carpet, so I'll just be chilling out back here on the carpet, okay? So grab yourself a little bit of space. You can enjoy the sunshine over here. So from here, hugging the knees into the chest for me and just rocking from side to side on the back of the pelvis, just to massage the lower back into the floor. And then from there, extend the legs out along the floor, excuse me, and the arms overhead. So now we get that nice stretch through the core as we lengthen all the way from the fingertips down to the toes. And then take the arms nice and wide. Bend your left knee. Right hand comes over to meet the left knee. And we pull the knee across the body. So I find this a really nice stretch through the hips, through the glutes and into the lower back. Aim of the game, we want to keep that opposite shoulder relaxed down onto the floor as we pull the knee across. The temptation can be to hook that foot back here. We want to unhook that foot so we've got plenty of space to stretch. Hold in each stretch for about 15 to 20 seconds, longer if you can. And then take the heel up towards the ceiling. Taking hold of the leg so we interlock the fingers either above or below that knee joint. And then if you can, just relax those shoulders back down and lengthen through the back of the leg. Aim of the game, try to open out through the back of the knee joint. Lengthen the muscles. Now from here, I quite like to take this into a glute stretch. So we bend the knee, place the foot onto the opposite thigh. Now sometimes this can be enough of a stretch here. To make it a little bit harder, bend that knee, and if you can, bring the knee all the way into the chest. Loop the arms through that supporting right leg and feel the stretch through the left glute. Again, just keeping the shoulders relaxed down. You might need to add a little bit of pressure to that knee to feel the stretch. Okay, releasing it off, other side. So pulling that knee across the body, keeping the shoulders relaxed down onto the floor. Now the temptation to make this a little bit easier is to pull that knee in a bit closer. Try and keep the knee in line with the hip if you can. Pull that knee all the way across the body. Each time you breathe out, try to relax a little bit further into the stretch. And then from here, heel up to the ceiling again, into the hamstrings, the back of the thighs. Lengthen that leg out. Open up through the knee joint. Okay, foot comes onto the thigh. We can hold it here, we can bend the knee, or we can bring that foot in, that knee in towards the chest. Okay, releasing it off. This time we're going to come into a quad stretch, so the fronts of the thighs. Couple of options. We can either roll over onto your side, bend in the arm, head onto the hand, and then bend that top knee. So aim of the game, try and keep the knees in line, try and push the hip forwards. If we're not really feeling the stretch there, come over onto your tummy, bending one knee, taking hold of the foot, and then push that push the hip into the floor for me. And then the other side. So again, if we're struggling in this position, if it's not all that comfortable, if the knee's not loving it, feel free to do this one upright. So holding onto a wall or a chair, bending the knee, taking hold of that foot. You'll still feel that nice stretch in the quad, okay? Okay, releasing it off. Coming onto your hands and knees. Arching the back up, relaxing the head down. And then sinking the back down, looking up. Okay, releasing it off for me. From here, we'll go into hip flexor stretch. So stepping one foot forwards, then shifting your weight forward so we feel that opening up through the front of the hip. So we might want to stay down here if that's hard enough. If you're up for it, we're going to lift the chest. If you can, take that arm right over and we'll get the stretch right down the side of the body. If we're not quite feeling it in the hip flexors across the front of the hip, hook the toes under and extend out through that back leg. Nice one. Releasing it off. And then the other side. So same thing. Feel free to shift your weight forwards and stay in this position if that's enough of a stretch through the hip flexor. We quite often find the hip flexors are tight from sitting for long periods, so it might just take a few seconds to stretch out. If you can, lift the chest. Add in that little extra stretch right down the side of the rib cage. And if you can, extend right out. Okay, releasing it off. Stepping the back foot in. This time, just a couple of upper body stretches. We start with the upper back, interlock the fingers, separate out the shoulder blades, and drop the chin onto the chest. So we get that nice rounding through the upper back. And then from there, bring the hands either into the small of the back or interlock the fingers and roll the shoulders back and down. So once again, we get that nice big stretch right across the front of the chest this time. Okay, releasing it off. Rolling the shoulders up, back and down. And that's you, ready to enjoy the rest of your day. So like I say, really good idea to add on a few stretches at the end of your session to make sure we're not getting any injuries or anything like that. Hope you enjoyed. Well done guys. See you later. Bye.